and author of the book Beatleness, and here she is right now.
Thank you for that nice introduction. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be on the stage at Johnny D's talking about my book. It's so cool. Anyway, thank you for that introduction. Do we have any Beatle fans in the house? Okay, first generation, second generation, or how many people here tonight have a living memory of seeing the Beatles on Ed Sullivan? I would say about maybe a third. Okay, so the rest of you are second generation fans, yes? Am I getting that right? So you had parents who introduced you to the Beatles? Is that what happened? Yeah? You grew up listening to it? Okay. Well, like many of you here tonight, I'm a lifelong Beatle fan, and first generation, and even at the tender age of 7, I had the sense that I was witnessing something extraordinary. And let me ask you, how many of you have taken up an instrument as a result of being a Beatle fan? How many? Okay, so and any women started playing guitar? Lauren is a notable exception. Yeah, I wanted to be part of this amazing thing that was happening, and in those days, you know, the electric guitar was somehow not an option, and so I became an observer of this thing. And I won't bore you with my whole story, but I went on to become a sociologist and remained intrigued by this phenomenon that we lived through and the wonderfulness that is the Beatles. And as time went on, I said, okay, I have to write about this. And there were several attempts to write this book over the years. In fact, I first met Lauren when she was in a Beatles tribute band. I met her up in New Hampshire 16 years ago. So that's how long ago this book has been in the works, if not 51 years ago. Anyway, I won't bore you with my story, as I'm saying. But anyway, so this is the story. Nobody had told the story of the fans. That's the point, is that there were all these books about the Beatles, no books about the fans. And as this observer, I wanted to tell the story, but I think, well, maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weirdly obsessed. And so I interviewed about 150 fans and found that that was indeed not the case. So this book tells the story of what it was like growing up, watching the Beatle magic unfold. Now, how many of you remember when the Beatles broke up? Okay, show of hands, right? A very sad day, right? At that point, that was April 1970, we didn't know what was going to happen next. We didn't know if there's going to be any more music from these guys or what. Well, tonight, we will be the beautiful sounds that came after the Beatles broke up in 1970. This is what we had to look forward to. We didn't know. We said, okay, no more Beatles. This is a tragedy. How many of you were very upset? Right? These guys were with us like they were another member of the family for 7 years. Suddenly they're gone. But hey, so tonight, listening to Afterfab, you will hear what came after the Beatles broke up, as if they were back together playing the great songs that each of them wrote individually, but as an ensemble. So without further ado, here is Afterfab.